push the tempo, love the pace. Smitty, do you like the fact the NBA is getting faster?
You know, I like it, Kevin. What I don't like is the coming down and taking a shot, an ill-advised shot. There's nothing wrong with playing fast, getting the ball up the court. If you don't have an advantage or a high percentage shot, just bring it out and run your offense.
Stay within the offense, another.
Yep,
right?
Stay within the offense.
Len grabs the board.
And his pure defensive effort changed that shot from an easy one to a tough one.
And you know, technically, it's a high percentage look, but this is why we play the game.
And the call will be against Lonzo Ball. That is his first foul of the game. Young outside. And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back. And so here is New Orleans. Ball with it, and Young picks him up defensively. Favors can't get it to go.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be because he is so strong in the paint.
And he may not have gotten the same attention as some of the other picks back in the 2017 draft grade, but John Collins out of Wake Forest has been outstanding thus far in his career.
Really one of the league's best kept secrets. Tremendous athleticism, also great hands, and just has a knack for moving to the open spot around that rim.
And another name included in that Anthony Davis trade, Brandon Ingram.
Mind the lanes.
Still
Mind
a
the
lot
lanes.
to like about his game.
One shot.
Pairs up well with what the Pelicans are trying to do. Perhaps the biggest asset coming over to New Orleans could flourish in this system.
And that one falls for Ingram.
The second overall pick back in 2016, Brandon Ingram has shown us flashes. But whether it's defense or offense, still a ways to go.
Here's Holiday. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
We know Drew likes to get to the rim, but he's developed a mid-range jumper for when the defense is playing him that way.
And here's Young from the arc. Drops in the tray. And Greg, when you talk about Ingram, where would you look for him to make the next step in his game?
Well, that one season at Duke, he did shoot over 40% from three. I think becoming a reliable shooter from out there would be a key building block offensively.
Here's Young. Zion Williamson making his last shot. And Young, here we go.
Beasting on defense. First he closes out hard on the shooter, then he attacks the glass. Filthy.
Rejected by Len. Up again. It's good on the putback.
Second chance opportunities. Williamson explosive into the air with the touch and concentration to finish.
Now here's Len. Back to Young. Stolen by Ball. And here's the fast break. Ball leading the way. And he finished it off with the lay-in.
And that's the kind of play you just do not want to give up defensively. You lose the possession and give up a quick two at the other end.
Here's Young. Right wing. Hunter, the pass to Len. Hawks passing it around. Shot clock at 6. And here's Young from the arc. And that one's good. His second basket of 4, shooting 50%.
He's calm. He's confident. Young has that it factor.
Holiday with it. Takes the 13-footer, and it's New Orleans scoring again.
And though Holiday has point guard skills, in terms of natural inclination, his mindset is to score.
And that does it for the first quarter. Pelicans lead by 5. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from New Orleans. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from New Orleans?
Way to set the table. Offensively, they dominated on the interior.
They came in looking to attack from the get-go, willing to be physical and setting the tone.
And the Pelicans under head coach Alvin Gentry, a team that looks to get out and run.
Reason why, GA, he was an assistant under Mike D'Antoni in Phoenix when the pace and space trend was just getting started. Also on the bench for the Warriors, and we know how they like to get up and down. That up-tempo style is what he preaches.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. And so in the game for the Hawks, they've got Trae Young, Parker out there with Alex Len. Then it's Turner, and it's Reddish in at the 2 guard. Here's Turner, following the basket by Lonzo Ball. Parker outside. Over Hayes. Parker's shot is off.
He looked just a little out of rhythm. He's still trying to establish consistency from there.
Williamson, the pass to Hart. Lost the ball. Outside, Reddick. This one for 3. That falls. Nice feed that time from Ball. Reddick's got the lead up to 10 now for the Pelicans. Well, it was only a short stay in L.A. for Lonzo Ball. Traded this past summer as part of the Anthony Davis deal.
And getting out of L.A. might be the best thing for him. Still a great defender and playmaker. His best years, without a doubt, could be ahead of him here in New Orleans.
Here's Hart, following the basket by Trae Young. Right side, Turner. And here's Young from the arc. No good that time. So the Pelicans will take it the other way.
Well, he was in rhythm, hitting 2 threes in the opening quarter, but hasn't made one since.
This offense just continues to impress.
The Hawks trail by 10. Outside Turner. Now here's Parker. He's guarded closely. And it's denied.
And when Zion blocks it, you feel it. He's got this kind of power behind these swats. I mean, that can happen to anyone, but it's ugly every time it does.
Yes, getting a little ahead of himself on that play.
Now here's Parker. Zion Williamson unable to get his last shot to go.
Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve.
Ball against Young. And here is Ball. And Hayes kicks to Hart. Turner with the steal. And the layup's good off the glass. Now Reddick. 5 points in the game. And the pass to Ball. Bangs home the trifecta. Ball's got 5 points now this quarter.
He's a great shooter, but not just a gunner. JJ finding the open man.
And that concludes the first half. Pelicans on top. They lead by 9. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. Growing up in Italy gave him a huge advantage, learning the fundamentals and the tactics of the game. Do you think Europe's better at developing players than the United States?
You know, I don't think they're better. I do think their system at times for certain players, they get into a system of working on their game. And I wouldn't just say fundamentals from an early age. And a lot of those guys are being able to practice with pros at an early age. I think it comes down to individuals, and also I think a lot of these parents and kids, you have to understand it starts off with making a layup versus making a 3. So I don't think the Europe is doing it better. I just think a lot of times right now we're looking at some of those European players, and they're coming over ready to play from day one versus some other players.
Zion is the 4 with Favors at the 5. Ball and Holiday combine at the guard spots. And it's Ingram in at the 3. That's the Pelicans 5. And the free throw, no good.
And maybe the most popular player to enter the league since social media became truly pervasive. Zion Williamson handles it with class. He really appreciates his teammates and his coaches and really respects the game.
And not the prototype power forward, but he has tremendous athletic ability.
Young dishes the land. Young against Ball. Hunter, no one around him. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. And talking to stars in this league, even they want to see what Williamson's going to do next.
Sure. We talk about the leaping ability at his size, the handles, the shot making. But what really stands out when you watch him live, the instincts. Being at the right place at the right time and always seeming to make the right play.
And the Hawks with possession here. Brandon Ingram missing his last shot. On its way from Young for two. That one wide left.
Starting the half with 3 straight misses. Not how they envisioned this one.
Outside Holiday. Pass to Favors. Good. Nice job down low.
And they've had assists now in their last 3 baskets.
The Hawks trail by 15.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Outside Collins. Got a piece of it. Just 5 on the clock. Herter passes to Hunter. Atlanta needs to get off a shot here. Buries the long-range jumper. Collins has got himself on the board with 3 there.
Known for his play in and around the post, Collins can also get it done shooting jumpers off the catch.
Young against Ball. Pass to Hunter. Now Collins. Here's Herter. Drops one in from the wing.
I like that. Collins playing under control, reading the floor. Nice setup there.
Ball, the pass to Favors. Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. Here's Holiday. Rebounded by the Hawks.
Definitely got to use the clock here and get the last shot.
But you know, this is where your patience is tested. If you shoot too quickly, you give your opponent a chance to close out the quarter.
Young passes to Len. Over Holiday. And he overshot that one, missing. And so it's the New Orleans Pelicans with a 10-point lead. Some breathing room heading into the break. Their shooting has been the big key. Their percentage from the field so far has been terrific. And we'll be back with you shortly. And let's take this chance now to show you the State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the floor generalship right here? I mean, showing us why they're always in good hands when he's the man in charge.
So many good point guards in this league. So much responsibility comes with that position. That was a smart play.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this 4th and final quarter. On the court for Atlanta, Jones is out there with Parker. Then it's Allen Crabb, and it's Herter in at the point guard position. Now here's Redick, the fast break opportunity. Holiday gets the bucket.
This is where Holiday's really improved, working off ball and sinking jump shots.
Here's Parker. The emphasis on freedom of movement, less grabbing and holding on the perimeter, Steve, has made some players almost impossible to defend.
Yeah, James Harden, because he likes to be physical, and it's how can you not guard him without being physical in return. Steph Curry, because he gets the opening shoot shots. Lillard, Kyrie, Devin Booker, Giannis, Kevin Durant for sure. It's hard to guard these guys because they're so good on the offensive end.
Here's Holiday. He dishes it to Favors. The kick out to Williams. Shot clock at 5. And here's Ingram from the arc. And so the ball's out of bounds. Favors touched it last. The Hawks trail by 9. .157 left here in the fourth quarter. Parker inside. He's guarded by Williams. Jones kicks to Crabbe. Another three for Atlanta.
And just a step ahead of the D in that possession there, making the pass. Nice assist.
Holiday finds Favors. Here's Ingram. And oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. And it's Jones with the ball for the Atlanta Hawks. 6-point game. And there's a foul called on Alan Crane. That is his first foul of the game. So for the Pelicans, Williamson comes in for Williams. And it's Lonzo Ball in for Drew Holiday. Hunter's checked in for Atlanta. Young comes in for Alan Crabbe. .116 left to play here in the fourth. Ball with a wide open look. Gets the three-pointer to fall.
And Ball has tremendous confidence in that shot. As soon as the pass hits his hands, he's ready to pull up.
Now, here is Young, Parker, and it's Williamson with the rebound. There's 57 seconds left in the game. Pass to Favors. Williamson with it. Over Jones, and that one's good. Williamson. And now an 11-point Pelican lead.
Inspired tonight. They fought hard and at crucial points just made the plays.
Especially during this last run, which ultimately put the game away.
The pass to Ingram. That falls. Nice feed that time from Ball. And the Pelicans lead by 13. Here's the Hawks with the ball. Out left to the wing. The Hawks again can't hit. Outside Favors. So we see New Orleans taking the W here. Some good moments throughout this one, but they have the clear advantage down the stretch.
Yeah, I mean, I love the way they executed on both ends of the floor, completely under control for the vast majority of the game. And whenever there was a misstep, they just didn't allow it to fester, and that's why they're going to walk away with the win.